People who use dating apps. What is the weirdest message you've gotten to start a conversation? Ah man. There were a few. What is your credit score? Literally their first line after I messaged a greeting. Do you want children? I want to start having them in the next year. This is coming from someone in their late 20s. I like it when people are mean to me. Can you fuck me up? That's baggage I can't handle even at the best of times. CNC? Translates to consensual non-consensual. Hard no for me. You're not my type. But my gay friend thinks you'd be a good daddy. Can I give him your number? Kinda flattering, I guess. My husband died last year and I am looking for someone to be a part of my family. She had 3 kids, all sub 10 years old. You're white. I only date black guys. So why'd you match with me? The list goes on. Needless to say, I periodically rage quit dating apps after a month or 2 of this. I am a sterile man and a woman messaged me first on Tinder with "It's a shame you can't have kids." I mean, what if we fall in love after we fuck and I want to have your babies and I can't? I'm sorry, I don't think this is going to work. After I replied, she ignored it and unmatched a few days later. We were both looking for casual, so extra weird. As a bonus, when I moved to a new area, I decided to use Bumble BFF to make friends. I didn't realize that apparently gay dudes use it to low-key try to pick up straight men. The first message I got was a dude asking me if I would fart in his face with my cheeks spread open. I turned it off after. Been in a relationship for 5 years, but I was regularly on Tinder before that. I had my job title and company on my profile, which back then was an administrative/management job for a UK parcel company. Girl messaged me asking if I could track her parcel for her. I didn't know if she was joking or not, but she just kept asking me weird things about parcels and then blocked me. Forever wondered what was the point? Guy asked me for a pair of dirty panties. One offered to make me dinner at his house and gave me the address. One guy asked me if I would go with him to Burning Man. A guy asked me how much I made an hour, because he wouldn't date anyone who made less than 20 an hour. Yet another asked me if I knew what BDSM was, and on her first message, which was literally sent just to moan about how I was in my 30s and didn't own my house, like I could magically find a solution for that. That was all she messaged for, as far as I can tell. Didn't even bother to reply and tell her that I was renting because I'd given my house to my ex-wife rather than fight over it. I had a girl start by telling me her dude left because he couldn't handle her DDLG fetish. And I had no idea what the hell that was. Come to find out, DDLG stands for Dominant Daddy Little Girl, where the male plays the daddy and the woman pretends to be a little girl. So I inquired a little further because I was like, she has to be bullshitting me. Yeah, and let me just say I was not qualified for the position. See stall contact. In college I had a girl from a different college nearby match with me. I didn't even get a chance to say anything. It was my freshman year, and while I definitely had a glow up since then, I wasn't unattractive and had no trouble meeting people. However, she must have thought differently because she swiped right on me just to tell me exactly how ugly she thought I was. Very ironic, since her photos we heavily filtered and showed off her very large additions. I pointed that out, and also rubbed into her face that I went to a better college than her, then promptly blocked her. The very first person I matched with kicked off the conversation by saying, "If you can't look at me and be a bitch, we will not work. I want you to punch me in the face when you're mad at me, call me a little bitch when I cry, and yell at me when I don't obey you." I never answered, but I hope he's okay. Had a guy respond picking apart my picture telling me how unflattering it was. TBF, not the most flattering, but it showed a lot of my personality, which is why I chose it. And then telling me I can't be a real fan of the music that's attached to my profile. Profile only selects songs recently listened to, but alright. And that I'm a fake fan and just saying things to get people to like me. When I responded calling him an asshole, his response was basically, how was I supposed to know that wouldn't work for an opener? And then I blocked him. I play guitar. One picture was of me playing. How fast can you finger and do you do demonstrations? I'll bring the G string. It was so original I assumed it not to be a fake, and it turned out to be a genuine girl, lol. We video chatted that evening after work, lol. She was a big Avenged Sevenfold fan and challenged me on the spot to play the solo from Beast and the Harlot. That successfully got me a date that weekend. Bless that band for being relatively easy to play. This was a few years ago and I did not respond, but a guy sent me a super like on Tinder and his whole bio was something that started with "Hail fair maiden, how doth thy do this day in which thy beauty hath crossed mine path?" And the whole thing was written like that. And none of his pictures were medieval themed, they were all very normal, dating app pictures.